Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. FPL Davecorp here, and as promised, today we get to go through my Gameweek 1 team reveal. How does it look like? Emphasis on the deadline. Today is Friday the 21st. The deadline is today at 8:30. Lock in your teams. Do not be caught offside. I did provide a list of mini leagues that most of you can take part in to at least win some lots of money, to have great vibe during the Premier League season, and for you to join a community whereby there's lots of banter and lots of fun. So please lock in. The admins and the different treasurers make your payments in time so that you do get the league code and be able to sign up for those specific leagues, and you'll have fun. I promise you will. So we'll go directly through my team. But before that, like I had mentioned, Brighton did have a Premier League game either side, in between their Europe Conference League qualifier or playoff. So they did play Troms yesterday night. That is the starting lineup that was involved. Why did we bring this up? Because I personally, in my different drafts, I had someone like Pascal Groves and Gomez. Gomez is still playing quite up front, which makes him a very good asset. But for Gameweek 1, I'm not really sure. He was yesterday substituted in the 67th minute. Brighton was the better team, obviously. They played very well, but they were unable to get a breakthrough, which is a bit worrying, or not so worrying, because their second game is at Brighton. Yesterday they played away, managed to get a 0-0 draw, but I feel like they'll comfortably win in the second leg, unless someone throws a spanner in the works, but they should be comfortable in the second leg. Though the question is, with those that played yesterday night, especially those that completed the full 90 minutes like Kadioglu and all the rest, do they get to be rested against Aston Villa, or are they still playing a few minutes against Aston Villa? So that is something that we wait to see. Obviously, someone like Bad Bruggen played the full 90 minutes, got a clean sheet, and I believe should be nailed to start even in the Premier League. But now that's where Brighton assets, especially for fixture 1 or Gameweek 1, become a bit of a doubt, because we are not sure who will play the full. With them having the second leg in mind, will they rest some players probably after a few minutes during the Aston Villa game? That's something we wait to see. But to go directly into my chip strategy, most of the question was like, because most of you, especially the non-Manchester United fans, were saying to me, you have very many Manchester United assets. The Manchester United we know cannot be trusted. But in all honesty, the fixtures do not lie. They do have two of the best fixtures to start with. Hull City away and Ipswich at home. Those are some of the best fixtures you can start with. And you can't fail to get a Manchester United asset to captain for those two games. The question is, do I have Haaland in my team? We'll wait to see. But if I do not have, and I have the Manchester United assets, I can actually play my captaincy between the Manchester United assets first, and then by game week 3, when Haaland does play Coventry, which is a very good fixture and is probably the best captaincy choice for that game week, then I can have Haaland for that game week. As I've advised before, I always prefer to roll your transfers so that you keep them. So if according to my plan, I'm hoping to use my wildcard for game week 4. If I've rolled for those 4 game weeks, I already have my free transfers kept. So you do notice that with that chance, even after using my wildcard for game week 4, I prevent a chance where I ever need to take a hit. Yeah, so you really need to be flexible. So for things like free hit, you always prefer to use some of those in a blank game week. So we'll wait to see how, and usually get those usually towards the end of the season or mid-season, depending on the other fixtures from the Carabao and FA Cup. That's something we'll wait to see. Triple captain as well is something that I'll decide on with flexibility, but probably the best opportunity would be when we have like a double game week, but that will be probably towards the end of the season. Emphasis for those that are playing this for the first time, the chips are double. So we use all these chips in the first half and also get them renewed in the second half of the season. So let's keep that in mind. Obviously, the other options would be Gabriel, who has a few fixtures like Coventry today. We've seen him be a captain choice before, and obviously Joao Pedro, who has a good fixture except for Game Week 3, where he plays Arsenal. So we'll go directly into my team. There's been a change in goal. I think in the previous draft, I had Sanchez in goal. I know they have brought Lacroix as part of their defense, which will actually bolster it and make it better, but it still remains Chelsea. And Sanchez, to me, is always a blunder away from losing his clean sheet. So I decided to play it safe. Sunderland's exploits in defense last season were very good. They managed to keep, I think Groves was probably the third or fourth best goalkeeper last season, and he did actually get injured towards the end of the season, so didn't play a number of games, but he was right there with Raya for clean sheets at some point. But I'm deciding to go with him because I feel like he will alternate best with my substitute goalkeeper, who you'll get to know in a few, and also his fixture that he's starting with is quite good. In defense, there's no much change. It's still Gabriel, Calafiori, so double up on Arsenal. I do note that there was news, obviously, that broke in the middle of the week of Konsa joining Arsenal. Now, for those that owned Mosquera, that threw a bit of a spanner in the works for you. But we'll wait to see how that. But we'll wait to see how that pans out. Though, if it is completed, then we are sure Konsa will definitely be the right centre back for Arsenal for this season, until at least Saliba does get back and all that. But everyone in the Arsenal defense remains to be a minutes risk, including Calafiori himself. In preseason, he played for his 59 minutes, less than 60, but at least his attacking exploits are good, and we hope that by the time he's substituted, at least he has already provided some other attacking threat, or even gotten that odd clean sheet every once in a while. Maguire, for those that have been mentioning why Manchester, he's very good actually with the attacking threats, because he's a threat during set pieces, especially with his headers. And I think he's someone who's nailed for a full 90 minutes under Carrick. My midfield does come with still two Manchester United players, that is Mbeumo and Bruno Fernandes. Currently, the armband is on Mbeumo, and because he has been playing as a striker, he did rest for the last preseason game, which should help him be fresh for this. But the armband is going to probably between the two. That is Mbeumo and Bruno Fernandes. We'll wait to see. Solis, his attacking prospects, especially for Arsenal, to me for now looks like he's the most nailed, at least in that wing, with obviously talk of a few people going to exit. And also going forward, I think he was the biggest threat, but we've confirmed that Saka is available, Saka is fit, so we wait to see how the teams line up. I feel like for game week 1, why I decided not to go with any chip, because I've had talks of either bench boost or do this. But the thing is, with the us coming from the World Cup and the preseason, and even the transfer window still being open, I feel like it's a bit of a risk, because we really do not know yet. We've not yet stabilized, and we have very many new coaches. Most of the big teams have new coaches all over the place, so we haven't settled down to know who exactly is the favorite for who, and who's actually nailed for a full 90 minutes. That's something that we wait to see. Semenyo is going to be the only attacking person for Man City for me, and I do hope that everything going forward, because Doku was confirmed to be injured, but I do hope everything going forward for Manchester City will come through his wing, so that I do not get to lack much from that Man City attack. Then Florian Wirtz obviously is my Liverpool asset. I decided to go for him over Soboslai, because I felt like throughout the entire preseason, Sobo gets to be played a bit deep. Yes, Sobo is more nailed for a full 90 minutes. Florian is altered every once in a while, especially with a few minutes here and that, as he has not yet fully settled in with playing with Isak. But that is something that continues to be monitored. And yeah, like I mentioned, we shall continue to go through the season and probably get to have a few players nailed and all that. Then lastly, I think I'll be talking about the attackers. Definitely, that has not changed at all. Thiago continues to lead the striking line with Joao Pedro, and he continues to be, because he was really the biggest standout performer throughout the entire preseason. Joao Pedro was up there within the goals, within the assists, and I do hope he continues to do that as well throughout the season. Thiago, I hope his exploits from last season can be maintained. He was phenomenal last season. He plays against a Spurs side that obviously has bolstered its defense and midfield. But I do hope, since he's on set pieces, penalties here and there, probably he can come up, I think, with that odd goal. And in my bench obviously has Kinski, who I feel rotates perfectly, and also has that backup of the new Spurs that looks very good. Calvert Lewin could start, but I feel like against Nottingham Forest and away, and obviously Nottingham also had a good defense as well. So currently is my first substitute. Then the other two are Van Ewick and Thomas, who are Coventry players, and they play against Arsenal. So that is how my team is looking for now. The only thing that I do expect to change really could be the captaincy. Lastly, we had a few press conferences. Ateta did mention obviously Saka is available and fit. Rice came in as a substitute in the Community Shield. He's available and fit. Bruno Gomes is the one that just a bit of a doubt, and Lewis Kelly was confirmed he will be staying at the club. Carrick did mention his team is in good shape for game week 1, and I think they're ready and raring to go. Florian Wirtz obviously is available. Isak is available as well. That was a mistake there. And no major injury concerns except for the likes of Gomez for Liverpool and all. Then obviously the Newcastle coach did mention his team was not ready for the game week 1 of a full 90 minutes, but the new signing that could be in right back. So there's a few more press conferences that are going to come up later in the day. And as we trickle down to the deadline, because lock in your teams, guys, pay subscription for those mini leagues. Let us have fun this season, and let's have those green arrows starting all the way throughout the entire season. Thank you. Remember to like and subscribe, and catch you next time.